5,000 games from the time you broke into the league till now. How do you think you've changed as a coach?
Well, I like to think every year, every day, you just try to get better. And obviously, experience is a wonderful thing. I think when you're young and you don't have any experience, you should be thinking like experience is overrated. You don't have any, why would you worry about it? I think as you get on, you understand how important it is. It helps you make better decisions. The other thing that's happened to me, for sure, is through my family's support, and then having my kids grow up and having my kids be athletes. I've become a way better coach because I understand what they go through and the mental grind it can be. So I think to be better at that.
What do you recall about your first game, Mike?
In the NHL, beat St. Louis. Smirnoff, Cheestoff, and Andy McDonald were stars. Obviously my first year in the NHL was a good year. We lost to New Jersey in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final with a team that missed the playoffs by 25 points. So Brian Murray was a great general manager, a real good person. It was good to be around, help you grow as a coach. I had a lot of good people on the team. And, I think one thing about coaching is I've been fortunate to coach lots of good teams. You need good players. You need really good people. And players make you a better coach. Every experience I've had with good players, they see the game different than you do. If you're willing to share with them, they can teach you a ton. I've learned a lot from a lot of good players.
Mike, what's the most enjoyable thing about coaching to you? Is it behind the bench in a game, running a practice, interaction with the player?
Well, it's growth and development of your people. I mean, it's the interaction. It's being around the young people, the best in the world at what they do, trying to get better. The other thing I know about players, I probably had two in my whole time in 25 years coaching that I didn't think tried to get better. The rest try to get better every day. And I think when you're sharing something with them that they think can help them get better, I think most people are all in. Now, sometimes there gets to be a point where they're not the right fit for your team, and it's hard on them mentally, and they got to go somewhere else. But the reality is most coaches that I know love their players and are doing everything they can to make them better. So my goal as I've got older is I want to make them better people first, and better players second. So a little more perspective.
Mike, what attracted you to the profession? Why did you want to be a coach?
Wasn't good enough to play. Really, I thought I was going to be a professor at McGill University for the rest of my life. I loved being on campus, I loved teaching. Thought that's what I was going to do. I went to play overseas 1 year. I ended up being a player coach. That gave me the experience to apply for the job. I just wanted to go to the Calgary Stampede. Applying for the job at Red Deer College gave me a free way to the Stampede. I had no interest in stopping playing at that time when I got the job. I lost my way, and I've been doing it ever since.
Mike, just like that.
Well, I like to think, this is my lifelong plan and all that. I got college-age kids, and one a little older than that. Like I always say to young people, is the job you're going to have hasn't been invented yet. To go through struggles of trying to figure out what your career is going to be is an important thing to do. I think your parents sometimes, when you're an 18-year-old kid in high school, they want you to know what you want to do with the rest of your life. That's crazy. You don't even know who you are. Grow up. Experience some ups, experience some downs, live a little, and then if you're fortunate and you love what you do, if you love what you do, you have a chance to be great at it. If you don't, you're never going to be great at it.
One of the things that came up last night, Mike, about the Weidman situation, which I'm not going to ask you about that situation, but that he was concussed, diagnosed with concussion after the game, didn't want to leave the game, and stayed in the game. What's your understanding of the protocol? And a lot's going on during the game, and you're coaching. Yeah. What's your understanding of how it should work when it comes to your team?
Well, I think when the player says he's okay to play and keeps playing, he's okay to play. I put an unbelievable amount of duress on my poor trainer when he's taking some player off the ice when he should be killing the next penalty. You have no idea how kind I am during that interaction. So this is a hindsight thing after the fact. Everyone can blame everyone else. The people there, the medical people in Calgary, would have done everything they could to make the right decision based on league protocol. They obviously didn't think Weidman played the whole game. I know nothing about this situation besides what I saw on TV. So for me to even have an opinion here is scary. Well, on our team, when someone is unconscious or dazed or looks like they're supposed to go to, I guess they call it the dark room or whatever, some of these things aren't even anything, and they're going to a dark room. I don't quite get that, but that's legal liability with the league, and that's concussion protocol. And, as we learn more and more, you're more and more careful with them.
Mike, how significant has Dion's role this year been in terms of mentoring younger players like Riley and Carter?
Huge. So he's a way better player, or a way better person than I could ever dreamed. He's way more committed. His off-ice living habits are fantastic. His weight room commitment, his practice commitment, his intensity, his ability to get on young guys supportively, but yet being demanding has been fantastic. He's been unreal. Great support to the coaching staff.
Club's honoring Daryl Sittler tonight for the 10-point game. Do you have any
I watched
recollection?
it. Yeah, so I mean, pretty cool, unbelievable. Who can score 10 points? Like, you can't even score 10 points. Can't score 10 points in minor hockey. You can't. Like, I know I never did. I just think it's a fantastic thing. The other thing I like about people like Daryl being honored, or when you're around Daryl, what a classy guy he is, and how proud he is to be a Leaf and still be with the Leafs. People like that you can never get enough of, and it's great for our players to be around him and get a chance to talk to him. And he's a proud Leaf and wants the franchise restored to its rightful place. So it's great that he's being honored this evening.